Welcome back to the African Stoic. This is where we look at life the way it truly is for the African man and woman. And we ask, how can we live with wisdom, with calm, and with strength, even when the world feels heavy on our shoulders? Today's story is one that cuts deep, especially for the youth in Cameroon, Nigeria, Ghana, Sierra Leone, and all over West Africa. It is about joblessness, family pressure, and the shame that comes when society tells you that you are not enough. Picture this. A young graduate has just finished school. Maybe it is a degree in economics, maybe in law, maybe in agriculture. He walks proudly on the graduation day. His family smiles. His mother says, "Now at least you will help us." His uncle says, "It is now your turn to support the house." His friends congratulate him and say, "The future is bright." But then the months pass. He writes applications. He stands in long lines at offices. He submits CVs, sometimes never even hearing back. He checks his email every morning, hoping, and nothing comes. At first he says to himself, it's only a matter of time. But then 3 months pass, 6 months, a year. The neighbors begin to whisper. The relatives begin to ask, when will you find work? Even the parents who love him, because of their own struggles, begin to push. You are no longer a child. You should be helping us by now. The young graduate feels the shame growing like a stone in his chest. Every family meeting, every gathering, feels like a court of judgment. He does not want to go out because he feels eyes following him, thinking, this one has achieved nothing. He lies awake at night, not because he does not want to work, but because the work is not there. This story is not about one person. It is the story of millions of Africans. And it is exactly here that Stoicism becomes a lifeline. The Stoics, men like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, lived in times of hardship too. They faced exile, slavery, poverty, and pressure. And they taught one timeless lesson. You cannot control the world, but you can always control yourself. Think about this. The young man cannot create jobs where there are none. He cannot force the government to employ him tomorrow. He cannot stop relatives from asking their questions. But he can choose what those questions do to his mind. He can choose how he carries his own dignity, even in the face of lack. Epictetus, who was born a slave, said, "It is not what happens to you that matters, but how you react to it." In other words, the insults, the gossip, the pressure, they do not have the power to destroy you unless you hand them that power. Now imagine the graduate again. He is sitting in his small room in Yaoundé. Outside, children are playing. A neighbor walks by and says, "Young man, still at home? Don't you have work?" At that moment, he feels his blood rising. He wants to explode. But then he remembers the words of the Stoics. What is in my control and what is not? The neighbor's tongue is not in his control, but his own mind is. His own response is. He breathes. He chooses silence or a calm smile. He keeps his peace. This is not weakness. This is strength, because every insult resisted, every pressure endured with calm, builds an unshakable spirit. But Stoicism does not mean you fold your hands and do nothing. No, it teaches discipline in action. The graduate cannot force a job, but he can use his waiting time to sharpen himself. While others are drowning in bitterness, he is learning a skill. He is reading, he is volunteering, he is preparing, so that when the opportunity comes, he is ready. Seneca wrote, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." That is for the African youth too. You may not control when opportunity knocks, but you control how ready you are when it does. Now let us talk about family pressure. In Africa, we know that family is everything. Parents sacrifice to send us to school. Relatives contribute to pay fees. Communities invest in us with the hope that when we succeed, everyone succeeds. So it is natural that they look at us and say, now that you are done with school, when will you return the favor? This pressure is heavy, but the Stoic must understand. Family love can also carry family blindness. They see only the need of today, not the struggle you are fighting inside. Do not hate them for it, understand them, and at the same time, do not let their words turn into chains around your mind. When your auntie asks, when will you help us? Say to yourself, Her question is outside my control. My effort, my growth, my patience, those are inside my control. If I keep my mind strong, the day will come when I can give, but I will not let shame destroy me now. Marcus Aurelius, who ruled an empire, said, "If it is endurable, then endure it." Stop complaining. Think about that. If a Roman emperor could face wars, plagues, and betrayals without breaking, then surely the African youth can face joblessness without losing himself. The situation may be painful, but it is endurable. Now let us reflect more deeply. Why does joblessness hurt us so much? It is not only because of money, it is because of identity. In Africa, a man without a job is told he is not yet a man. A woman without income is told she is a burden. Our worth is tied to what we bring home. But Stoicism teaches a different truth. Your worth is not in your salary. Your worth is in your character. Are you disciplined? Are you wise? Are you virtuous? These things no economy can take away from you. So the Stoic African says, I may not have money now, but I have integrity. I may not sit in a big office, but I have discipline. I may not wear a suit every morning, but I have wisdom. And these treasures are greater than gold because they last. Now let me give you another example. There is a young woman in Bamenda. She studied nursing. She finished with good grades. But hospitals are not hiring. She stays at home, and her parents begin to say, maybe you wasted your time. Maybe you should have studied something else. She feels shame, but instead of drowning in bitterness, she chooses the Stoic way. Every morning she wakes up and volunteers at a small clinic, even if the pay is small or sometimes nothing. She sharpens her skills. She helps people. She builds discipline. One day when an opportunity finally comes, she is ready. The others who sat in shame are not prepared, but she is. That is Stoic preparation. Do you see the power? The system may block your path, but it cannot block your discipline. It cannot block your mind. Now let us look at the bigger picture. Joblessness and family pressure are not only personal struggles, they are national struggles. But if every young African reacts with anger and despair, society will break. If every young African reacts with patience, with calm, with discipline, then even in poverty, we can build strength. The Stoics believed in the idea of the inner citadel. It means that inside your mind, there is a fortress no one can invade unless you open the gate. Corruption cannot invade it. Gossip cannot invade it. Even hunger cannot invade it. Only you decide if your peace will be stolen. And this is what every African youth must learn. Even in joblessness, you can keep your dignity. Even in pressure, you can keep your calm. So the next time your family asks, when will you get a job? Do not collapse in shame. Do not fight them with anger. Simply remind yourself, their question is not mine to control. My duty is to prepare, to endure, and to keep my spirit unbroken. Joblessness is real. Pressure is real. But despair is a choice, and the Stoic African chooses strength. Because in the end, a job can come and go. Money can rise and fall. But a disciplined mind, a calm heart, and a steady dignity, those are treasures that no economy, no government, no family pressure can ever take away from you. So my brother, my sister, if you are listening to me right now and you are without a job, do not see yourself as nothing. You are not wasted. You are being tested. And the test is not only about when you will work. The test is about who you will become while you wait. Choose patience. Choose wisdom. Choose calm. That is the African Stoic way. Thank you for listening to the African Stoic. If this message touched you, subscribe, share it, and join me again as we continue to walk this road together, with courage, with calm, and with unbreakable dignity. Stay calm, stay strong, stay free within.